if you feel like you have lost yourself and you just don't know who you are, if you feel like you have outgrown the life that you once prayed for and you don't know what's next, then this video is for you. By the end of this video, you'll discover the 7 steps that you need to realign your life for the next chapter so you can feel like yourself again. And stay with me because step 7, that's going to change everything. When feeling disconnected, women will typically do one of 2 things: either ignore it or try to change everything all at once, right? We're going to change the whole life at one time. The problem is neither one of those approaches work. This season is not about escaping your life. You're not having a breakdown, you're having a breakthrough. You are not lost. You are evolving and you are growing because the person you used to be was for that other season. The person you were before got you to where you are right now. So we appreciate that. But this person you're becoming, this is the person who's going to take you to the next level. And you get to be the author of your next chapter. So we're going to make this next chapter your best chapter. Welcome, Queen. I am Dr. Monique, and I help women to rediscover their identity, rebuild their confidence, and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. If that speaks to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join a community of women that together we are writing our next chapter. In this video, we are discussing the 7 steps that will help you to find yourself again and realign your life with your next chapter. So as I talk to women and work with women and just really study women over 40, I have noticed several different patterns. And one of the patterns I have called the lost self pattern. And this is when women feel disconnected from themselves, like they just don't know who they are anymore. And the purpose of this video is to disrupt that pattern. If we want to disrupt the pattern, we have to do something different because nothing changes if nothing changes. You may remember in high school hearing about Newton's first law of physics, that basically an object in motion will stay in motion or an object at rest will stay at rest until something happens. And that's the same thing in our lives. So this video is going to disrupt some patterns so that you no longer have to feel lost anymore. So the first step is to really pause and to acknowledge where you are. With any trip, you have to always know where you are beginning. And so this is a journey that we're taking, a journey of self-discovery. So you're going to need to ask yourself a few questions, right? Ask yourself, how are you feeling right now? When did you begin to feel disconnected? And what in your life no longer feels aligned? You may want to pause so you can write those questions down, so you can journal about those, because it's important that you know what is going on in your life right now. Awareness is the first step to you having clarity. The second step is for you to reconnect with your core values. This is when you take some time to reflect and find out what's important to you now. And there are a few questions for you to ask yourself, right? What makes you feel alive? What are you no longer willing to tolerate? And what truly matters to you in this season? Because when your life aligns with your values, then clarity follows, right? You'll be able to really have a true idea of where you are and also where you want to go. Step 3. Okay, so this one is really important. Step 3 is to rediscover who you were before the world told you who to be. So, as a Christian, I believe that God made me, He formed me and my personality, right? I was created for a purpose and with a purpose. And this step is going to help reconnect you to who you were. The first question is, what did I love as a child or young adult? For me, one of the things I loved to do as a child was to write, to draw, be artistic, be creative. But as an adult, I really didn't have time because of work and family and all of my obligations. Here's another question. When do I feel most like myself? What brings me joy and authenticity? So I love teaching. So anything dealing with teaching, that brings me joy. If I can help people, that brings me joy. And that is something that's for me. But for you, it can be something different. It could be cooking, it could be swimming. There's so many different things you could be doing. Because remember, you're not becoming someone new. You are remembering who you have always been. Step number 4 is for you to clarify your strengths and your passions. What are the things that you're good at? What are the talents you have? What are those things that people say, you're the best at that? I need you to help me with this. Can you teach me this? Can you do this for me? We're going to reconnect you with your gifts, and that will restore your confidence and put you on the right track so you can go in the right direction. And so here are a few more reflection questions for you. What comes naturally to me? What do people consistently seek my help for? What energizes me rather than drains me? Because we're all different. One thing can energize one person and drain another. So this is specific to you. Step number 5 is to create a vision for your next chapter. You don't need to blow your whole life up to start everything all over again. We're not doing that. You get to start from wisdom, you get to start from experience. Step 6 is to take one aligned step forward. So even as you envision your life a year from now, or even 90 days from now, you don't have to do everything at once. Because if you try to do everything, then you don't do anything. It's impossible to change everything in your life at one time. What it does is lead to overwhelm. So decide what the next step will be, right? You know what the vision is, you know where you want to go. What is the next step that you can take? It can be a small step, it can be a big step. Let's say you want to change careers and this new career requires a different degree or a certificate. The next step could be that you enroll into a class, right? Maybe your focus will be health. Your next step could be that you start to exercise. Maybe you need to seek mentorship or establish some healthy boundaries. Maybe you have this project that you're really excited about, right? You always wanted to run a women's shelter. You always wanted to start a nonprofit. You always wanted to write a book or to get your songs published. Whatever it is that's important to you, you get to decide what your next step will be. And your next step won't be your best friends or your sisters or your mother or even your daughter's next step. It will be specific to you. And you don't have to be concerned that you chose the wrong thing or you're going in the wrong direction, because clarity comes from movement. As you start moving, then you will understand whether or not that feels good to you Or, okay, maybe that's not what I want to do. I want to do something else. But getting in motion will help you to not feel stuck, and it will get you on the right track. Step number 7 is trust. Trust in yourself. And if you are a woman of faith, trust God. In Proverbs, it says to trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. He created you and He knows everything about you. Ask God what you should be doing. A good way for you to reconnect to who you are is to pray and ask God for direction. As you follow these steps, as you make different decisions, you learn to trust your judgment, to trust your own voice, to trust that you have your own best interests at heart, to trust yourself to write this next chapter, knowing that the main character in your story, which is you, is going to have joy and success and prosperity and abundance and healthy relationships. You can decide that your main character will practice self-care. You can decide that she will practice self-love and she will contribute to society, be an asset to her community and to her family. You get to make the decision. So just as a butterfly emerges from the chrysalis, you are emerging and becoming someone new. And it is okay. The caterpillar is for a season of time, but as it transforms, it becomes something completely different. And that's something to not be afraid of. In life, we will grow, we will change, and it is okay to let go of what used to be. You can let go of any identity that doesn't serve you anymore. And you grow and you become her. You can focus on being the highest version of yourself, the person that you envisioned a year from now. And remember, you don't have to start over. We don't go back to the beginning. You are remembering who you are, but this time you're starting from wisdom and you are starting from strength. And if you're ready to stop feeling lost and start feeling aligned, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because on this channel, I'm helping women over 40 to rediscover who they are, to trust themselves again, to love themselves again, and to walk boldly into this next season of your life. Again, you get to be the author and you get to write your next chapter. And I pray and believe that your next chapter will be your best chapter. So until next time, be blessed.